Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a quick acrylic pour. I'm going to be using these paints. I'm going to be using Folk Art Metallic Blue Sapphire, Folk Art Metallic Christmas Green, and Folk Art Metallic Antique Copper. These are absolutely beautiful colors. And then I'm also going to be adding in a little bit of Artist Loft Flow Acrylics White. This is my favorite white paint. It doesn't crack after it dries. That little mix. Now, I've already got this pre-made. I've got these cups glued down. My surface has already been leveled to make sure my paint's not going to flip-flop on which side that it wants to just run off. Everything's going to be completely level. I have my black gloves, so when I'm tilting my canvas, let me grab my canvas for you. When I'm tilting my canvas, I don't have to worry about being, super gentle, and I can just grab right a hold of it and not worry about my hands getting all covered in paint. So what I like to do is just double check that everything is level like it should be. Perfect. Alrighty. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of my regular cups here, take my paints. Actually, I think I'm going to go ahead and pause you guys for a second while I mix these up a little bit. Okay, we're back. I just wanted to go ahead and mix these up off camera because sometimes it takes a minute. Sometimes they settle a little bit when you have them all set. Usually floetrol does not separate your paint. Have a little clump in there I had to get out. But sometimes if you leave your paint over a long period of time, any water that you may have put in will eventually separate. Okay, so these are my three colors that I'm going to be using. I'm not sure if I'm doing a flip cup or a tree ring yet. Figure it out when I get there. Alright, now let's get my gloves on. There, I don't get my hands all covered in yuckies. Sorry if you can hear any crashing around or any yelling around. It's kiddos upstairs. Alright, so I'm going to add my white, a little bit of white first. And those are not chunks, those are just a lot of air bubbles. When you continuously mix your paint, you're going to get a lot of air bubbles. Oh, what color do we want to start with first? Let's do our blue first. Oh, these metallics are so pretty. I love how pretty they are. Add our green. And we're just running these down the side of the cup. That helps them layer nicely in the cups so that they're not already all mixed up together. You don't want to muddy your colors necessarily, unless that's something that you're going for. In this case, I'm not going for muddied up colors. Our antique copper. Put too much of the copper in there because I have found that if you do put too much copper in, sometimes it'll completely overpower your painting. White. And we're going to do at least one more set of colors. We'll see how much paint we get. So we don't want to have too much paint, but we also want enough paint. There's nothing worse than tilting your canvas and running out of paint, and you haven't got all your edges covered. Now if I decide to do a tree ring, whatever color I put in last is most likely going to be the first color that comes out. Whatever you put in the cup first, which is our white, is going to come out theoretically last, depending on how much you move around your cup in the process. A little bit more white. Not quite enough paint, so we're going to do one more layer. I think my white might be a little bit thinner than the rest. Regular paints do seem to be a little bit thinner than the metallics. And when you have a thinner paint, it will sink through your thicker paints. Thick paints seem to stay nicely on the top of the surface as long as you're not, you know, pouring it from way up here down into your cup. Alright, after this copper, I think we might maybe do a little tiny bit of white to finish the cup off. Alright, we're going to move all these off to the side so that when we drip our paint, it's not dripping into our cups. Alright, now I still really don't know what I want to do. If I want to do a tree ring or if I want to do a flip cup. I think I'm going to go ahead and try a traveling, or not a traveling tree ring, but a tree ring. Paper cups are better because then you can kind of bend the inside. I like to bend my cup a little bit. Now my white went down in, so my white may not come out first. Let's go ahead and give this a shot. My copper mixing with the white looks so pretty. I had a feeling my copper might take over, but we'll see what happens. It's not quite done yet. Hubby just got home. Give me 1 second. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I just wanted to let hubby know what I was up to downstairs. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and give it a quick torch. There we go. You want it to be on enough, but not too much at the same time. Just gonna run across it real quick. Pop any air bubbles in there. And now, we're gonna tilt. Now this is the part that I start to get really nervous. I don't want to mess anything up. Just want to try to get somewhat defined lines. Oh, those colors look great together. I think I have a little bit too much copper. Unfortunately, with copper, you do have to worry about it overtaking your painting. It looks like that might be what happened here. Corner. Come down to this corner. This is what I mean about the gloves. You don't have to worry about being very careful where you're going to touch your painting, worrying about getting paint all over yourself. Now, if we don't get the sides completely, it's not a big deal. I normally finish all my paintings off with a black paint, or, you know, in this case, maybe a blue or a green or even a copper color. I think next time I'm not going to do quite as much white. Yeah, looks like there's a white film over the top. Looks like my sides are just about done. I actually think I got the sides all in one foul swoop. Open in the front here. Open on these back sides. And I think that might be good. I actually think this is one of my favorite tree rings that I've done. Let's see if I can move it a little bit back towards the center. If not, actually I think I'm just going to leave it right there. I think I like that. Yeah, I really like that. Alright, now I'm going to grab the torch, pop any leftover air bubbles that might be in it. Looks like I've got all my sides taken care of. Wipe this last little bit of paint off the bottom so it doesn't continue to pull down or have drips drying. Just like that. Perfect. I love these metallic colors. Alright, I actually want to take my gloves off. To do the torching. And I do still have a little bit of paint in my cup, which I could have continued to pour. But at the time, hubby came home and I wanted to let him know what was going on, so I stopped the video for a second. And I don't like, when you do one set of tree rings, stop, and then go to do it again, I don't really like doing that because I can never seem to get it back in the same rhythm as what I started with. I'm going to grab my torch. Don't see too much for air bubbles. I actually want to turn my torch up a little bit more. You get some really cool effects with the torch. I love the torch. Unfortunately, when you go too close like that, you get these very defined rings and air bubbles. But I actually like the effect that it leaves on my paintings. Alright, so give me just 1 second. I will pull you guys down for a close-up. Sorry about that, guys. I accidentally hit the stop button instead of the resume button. So we're doing our close-up on our 8x10 canvas. Here is the right bottom to upper corner. Here's the left upper corner. I love the effects that the torch gives on these paintings. Got a little close in a few spots, but again, I still like the effects. Alright, well, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, feel free to give it a thumbs down. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be notified of upcoming videos. And don't forget to share. You never know whose life could be touched by art or who would like to learn art. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Until next time.